What is up, guys? Nico with Copa. It's a rainy day. My car has a leak in it, so I'm currently getting wet. The Drip is a non-paid sponsor. But what do you guys think about this new camera angle situation? This new microphone situation? So the raw content that I was putting out here on Instagram for a while was really engaging. People really seem to enjoy it. But post-summer, and after attempting to get distribution in Florida and not really understanding how challenging that truly is with all the different chains like Publix and Target and Walmart and all these, these big companies you guys would know of, there wasn't really much to talk about. So getting up to speed pretty quick. We ended off the year double our volume from last year, which is pretty cool. And going into January, kind of took some time off to hang out and travel. But now it's March, just celebrated my 28th birthday. And we're getting back to it, and we're getting dialed. And I want to bring back more of this like raw style content. But in the words of my buddy Carlo, who I refer to as Shrimphead, just because it's raw doesn't mean it needs to look like shit. So, shout out to him for this microphone. I bought a little windshield stand off Amazon for 20 bucks. And we're on the road. And on today's agenda, we are hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good amount. Probably like 20 stores, all in the southern Ocean County, New Jersey area. It's another thing too. I really don't know how I'm going to go about editing all this stuff. So my plan here is I would like longer form videos that are going to go on YouTube as a diary, and then obviously these got to get chopped up into much shorter videos for Instagram, TikTok, you name it. My plan here is to record inside the store, but I didn't want to bring a big camera with me. I'm done talking. We're getting on the road. We're hitting Southern Ocean County. Summer is coming quick. It was 50 degrees out plus. It was like 70 degrees out a week ago. Got cold this week, but it's going to warm up real soon here. And we're just going to be prepared for it. But so something I've learned this past year was, especially when we went to the NBWA event in Vegas, Copa as a brand appears way larger than we actually are. For example, Copa is the best-selling tequila-based cocktail in a can in a lot of our retail partners in Ocean County. We need more of that across the whole state before we can even consider going into a new market. And I used to have this idea, and I still do actually, of being concerned about New Jersey and then going down to Florida to have the inverse season, the overlap of the demographic, yada yada. I've talked about it. But now I'm considering adjacent markets to New Jersey, like a Maryland, like a Delaware. Pennsylvania is controlled state, but it's right here. But until that time comes, I'm pulling it in even more, and I want to focus on Monmouth, Ocean, Atlantic, and Cape May counties only, pretty much, because that's where all the volume is, right? And if we could stand out, there's brands out there that I've seen in the store already. You got this Olay stuff from Mark Anthony Brands that just is hitting the shelves over here. Is that going to do anything? I'm not sure. Obviously, Surfside, Stateside Brands, they're releasing the Super Light. That's going to go compete with the Spike Dade stuff. That's over there. That's a different, same category, different vertical. I don't know. People say that this is a very competitive landscape, and I would actually argue it's the opposite. Now, this is a controversial topic. So competitive, how do you stand out? It's really not competitive. There's just tons of brands that are out there that suck, frankly. They have no business being on the shelf. Because when you really look at it, in my opinion, a competitive space or industry is when the consumer base is like agnostic to all brands, and they just buy literally whatever every single time. That's not true, right? As we all know, in the alcohol RTD space, who do you got, right? You got the High Noon of the world that's kind of like on their way out. Then you got Surfside and Sun Cruiser and other things that are pretty popular here in New Jersey that I'm going to speak on. And that's really it. Then there's just everything else. But 99% of all the volume comes from those few guys. That's not competitive, right? That's just we're on the outs and they're on the in. All right. I want to try something here. So we're at a store right now. It's a real nice store. It's a chain store that most people would probably know. I hope you guys can hear me. Actually, that's our little test 1, test 2. All right. All right, we're recording. Let's see how this works out. I don't want to go into stores yet. Just cameras blazing. Especially because I've never met this person before. If you guys could still hear me, I swear this feels like a TikTok ad. Wow, so this, I don't know if we're still recording, but if we are, this store ordered when we were self-distributed in 2024. And it didn't sell well. Had to put it on sale and shit. That is not cool. So this store is 2 years old. It's going to be 2 years in May. So that means they brought it in when they first opened, and it didn't sell well. But the store just opened. The whole store probably wasn't selling well, right? Because nobody even knew the store was here. Am I sticking up for the brand? Yeah, for sure. Whatever. You know what we're going to do? We're going to change our attitude. And we're going to change the attitude of the store and get it going. All right. I know I was just saying I don't want to use the microphone, but this may be a good setting for it. So I'm currently down in LBI. I don't know what part of LBI this is, but I've never been here before. And I believe our records show that Copa has been in here in the past. Nobody on this island is ordering right now, I can tell you that. But I want to do some fact finding, and I think catching the audio of the facts is going to be pretty cool. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm looking to speak to whoever's in charge of purchasing here.
For what reason? And no, he's not here.
Okay. What's his name? It's for a product called Copa. It's a Jersey-based tequila cocktail. Have you ever heard of this before?
Yeah, we have it up on the shelves.
You have it on the shelf?
Buy it and we are sold from someone.
That's awesome. I'm the new key account manager for the area, so I just want to introduce myself. I know anything at this time of year. I'm not ignorant to that.
We moved a lot of it last summer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. We're still on winter hours. That's not
Right.
going to change until May.
It changes in May, May
Yep.
1st?
Yep.
Cool.
That's 2 weeks after that.
2 weeks after that is when it changes?
In that 2 weeks there, you get powering up to Memorial Day is when we bring in all the college kids.
Right.
And the schedules change dramatically.
Oh, college kids to work.
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha.
Everything, because we have to be up and running 9 to 10, 7 days a week, starting like the week of Memorial
Isn't
Day.
that crazy? How it goes from nothing to
Oh, it does.
everything.
It goes from nothing to zero. But you have to be ready for it.
For
you know.
sure. And what's your name?
I'm-
Nice to meet you. Yeah, totally. I'll have cards next time I come back. Do you guys do tastings here?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do? Awesome. Okay, so we do tastings, as you may know. Have they ever done a tasting here for Copa in the past?
Not for Copa. I'm the
Really?
tasting person.
Oh.
Last year, tastings for Marge.
Yeah.
Marge
How
is
did those
six.
do here?
They've both waned.
Yeah.
They were the Dave Portnoy chatbouts.
Yeah.
You know, that was probably like the latest supermodel. He was wannabe supermodel that he was dating, and he's like, "Yeah, baby, I'll make you rich."
Right.
Okay, that kind of petered out.
Right.
Okay, we're not going to be reordering until we see how it moves over Memorial Day weekend. Same thing for the One Dog or Lucky Dog or whatever that is.
Oh, yeah, that petered out as well?
Same thing, that petered out as well too. What has really moved all winter long, and we're bracing ourselves, is the Sun Cruiser variety packs.
Interesting.
All of a sudden, Sun Cruiser is gaining on Surfside and Stateside. And Surfside and Stateside were like the champions, with High Noon kind of sucking third barely.
Right.
So that's kind of how we're looking at it, because I'm telling you, it was this it was the Sun Cruisers that kept selling throughout the winter.
Which variety pack? The 8-pack or that 12-pack specifically?
I'll show you what we got here. I'm so surprised. I have not a Surfside or handles all the tastings.
And when would tastings start up here? In May?
Yeah, but you're not going to get the market. It'll be a waste of time. You have to do your tastings in July and August.
That's no problem.
It's worth it. It really is. And I try to get everybody. Like, for example, we gave Martin's Lucky One 2 tastings. Second week of July and the second week of August. And by the second week of August, they tasted it, but nobody bought a thing. Because I was watching what we had on the floor to sell. Right. Nothing. It had already peaked and petered out.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Excellent to meet you. Luck. Yeah, totally. I'll be back soon. Sure. That was awesome. Wow. That was absolutely amazing. And I'm so glad that I got to the door and I turned around to start this stupid camera up with the microphone. Because that was unbelievable. You want to talk about getting information from the source? Wow. All right, next stop, boys. All right, interesting. I just pulled over. Apparently I was veering around. High likelihood was because I'm noshing on these sunflower seeds. Guys, like, you're being audio and video recorded. I didn't have the heart to tell them. Cheat code for being on the road, guys. David's sunflower seeds, non-sponsored. Keeps you going, keeps you busy, not over consuming calories. Summer's coming up, gotta stay dialed. Next door in a little while. See you in a second. You know, I'm sitting here cracking up to myself going to this next door because I swear I've only ever gotten really pulled over when I'm driving this Altima. Any other vehicle I've ever even been in, no problems. I could be speeding, not that I speed, but you know what I mean? I could be doing stuff where I should be getting pulled over, and I'm not. But here we are in my 1999 Nissan Altima with friggin' paint falling off all over the place. I look like a scumbag in this thing. I've just decided. I look like a scumbag. Now I'm bouncing off the double yellow lines twice. It's 2 o'clock on a Monday. He asked me, where are you coming from? Where are you heading? I'm telling him I'm coming from one liquor store going to the next. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I would, if I was in his shoes, I would have absolutely pulled me over too. In LBI, there's multi-million-dollar homes. There's nobody out right now. He probably knows every last car that should and shouldn't be on the road in this town in this month. And here I am, eating sunflower seeds, bouncing off the lines, trying to set up the next liquor store. He's like, "What are you doing? You working?" I was like, "Yeah, I work on the supplier side. We got a tequila drink. I'm just going around." So he's like, "All right." So stupid. And going from liquor store to liquor store has absolutely no correlation to why I'm bouncing all over the road. I'm just got my head in my ass, officer. I'm sorry. Anyway, heads out of my ass, going to the next store. See you in a little bit. Check engines lights on. No big deal though, right? Hopefully the car doesn't get stolen. That would kind of suck. But here we are at the Spirits Unlimited in the Lacey. This is one of our top accounts here. Hope the auto's recording. Let's see what they got. I don't even need to speak loud. So this is some new stuff right here from Boston Beer. It's meant to copy the carbless stuff that cranks in the Midwest. This Olay stuff is a new Mark Anthony product. Like I said, Mark Anthony hasn't done anything with a spirit-based product to any magnitude, but stuff looks pretty cool. Anyway, let's go check this stuff out. 4-packs on citrus look pretty low. We got some good real estate over here. Oh, and the Olay stuff is up in the door by us. Very interesting. All right, we're still recording audio. Oh, So we are leaving the Spirits Unlimited down in Lacey. This is our last stop on the day. I put a tasting on the board. The coolest thing is that they're going to be putting us in a door with some larger brands, if you will, towards the front of the store. And he is talking about come Easter, which is in early April, right? Come Easter, he's going to be getting the pallets going more or less at the very front of the store with Surfside and Sun Cruiser. And then he said we're going to fill in the side of the store that faces Route 9, which is like the busier door of the store. It's also facing the register with all the Copa stuff, which is pretty cool. So this is definitely one of my favorite stores to deal with. Honestly, all the Spirits Unlimited stores, they're just such great people and a great group to kind of have in our corner, so to speak. So a couple more tastings on the book there, and that's really it. It's a rainy day, but just going through the motions. This is the shit that no one really wants to see, no one really cares to see, but it's the reality. And if anything, I want to see it, to look back, because I think about how Copa was a drink in a little cup, like a Dixie cup at the house 5 years ago. I mean, none of this stuff that you see on the shelf or I show videos of, none of this stuff even existed 3 years ago, So to now getting placed adjacent to the number one SKU in the whole store, it's just sick. It's so crazy. And it's all about the work, right? This is the work. But I'm going to edit this video. Comment down below. Do you guys like this kind of video? I have no idea how this is going to look when it's edited. I know I have tons of videos that I took today. I'll figure it out, right? Mr. Copa out.